It's on the wrong screen. It better be on the right screen. Oh, okay, it is on the right screen. I was a little worried. Okay. Oh, okay. It scared me for a bit. And we have Twitter. Okay. Hi, Sumit. How are ya? Almost ready. How you doing, Petro? How are ya? After some last test, and we'll be all set. Good morning to you and good night to me. Where's this? Okay. It's like everything is working. I don't know where this audio is coming from, but I think everything's working. I hope. Sure. Oh, yeah, it's TikTok making that noise. Okay. Everything's set. Let's do this. So if I don't know where I put my button at. Oh, I have it over here. No wonder I can't find it. Oopsie, loopsie, doopsie. Sorry. Okay. Now I forgot another button. Get that off the screen. Am I here? I'm here. Hi, everybody. Hi. I'm here. I'm late again. I'm always late, unfortunately, but I'm back now. I'm back. I'm back. So, oh boy, it's been quite the day for today. It's so hot here in the DC area. I felt like I was melting into my bed earlier, so it was too hot to move or anything. It was really a very, very, very long, hot day. I didn't feel like I accomplished much today. I wanted to accomplish a bit more, but I couldn't. But oh well, is music too loud? I don't know. It's loud in my ears, but I don't know if it's loud for you guys. Let me turn it down a slight bit here. There we go. Okay, so for the most part, I'm setting up a new system where every 2 days that I stream, I take 1 day off. That way, I don't get burnt out anymore, and it'll be easier for me to manage a lot better. Which means my off days are going to rotate often because we don't have an even number of days per week. So my off days are going to be like floppity, 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 flop, all over the place. But for the most part, I'm going to try to stick to it. 2 days streaming, 1 day off. And don't really consider that to be an off because I will be probably doing work on my channel to edit, test out interactive features, designing, coding, just to make sure that it all works and stuff. So yeah, if you guys want to show up on my quote unquote off days, that's probably the best days for me to just sit back and chat and just talk while I'm trying to figure out what the hell did I do, what I'm doing wrong, or what did I break, and how did I get it not to work, stuff like that. So that's mostly what I'm going to be focusing on for all of my off days. My main goal is to have everything all set up and designed and locked in place before June comes, because once June 2nd happens, my streaming schedule will be heavily reduced. I will only be able to stream on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because I will be in classes through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And those classes are very intense, so I'm going to need all the spare time I can get for this. So yeah, that's pretty much my game plan. It's just so hot in here. So very hot. I'm drinking water all day long. Get some more drink. And yes, I am drinking my Dubby. I am. Today I'm drinking the Dub Sludge flavor. So I need to wake up. But I think that if I drink now, I'll be able to wake up earlier. And the flavor gives me a kick. And the energy gives me a kick when I need it in the morning. So I don't know. My metabolism is all wonky, wonky, wonky. I don't know. It almost went up my nose. Sorry. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. So before we begin with today's game, Heroes Odyssey, how are you guys doing today? How are you all today? What's up? What's happening with you guys? My nose. I think I did get some W up my nose. Oh my gosh, it's bad. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. Macaroni and fried cheese. So let me test something. I'm thinking. Okay. Yeah, I was working on something and trying to see if I could figure something out, but I don't know. It's crazy. Well, for today's game, it's called Heroes Odyssey. And I got some information I was going to read you guys about it that tells you a bit more about it. It's a visual novel game. So it's actually going to be a game where you guys can actually help me out in making the choices. What the heck? Okay, that was kind of weird. Okay, I don't like you, Microsoft Edge. You suck. Microsoft Edge is not like my Chrome plugins. I don't know what's going on with you. Okay, 1 second. I just had that thing. I just lost it. Oh, it's right in front of me. No wonder I can't find it. Okay. Okay, for Heroes Odyssey, the full title of the game is Heroes Odyssey, Summoned into Ancient Greece with a quest I didn't ask for. The game is still in a demo phase, so it has a release date of. Well, has it released? Yeah, it hasn't been released yet. It was supposed to be released February 9th, 2025, but it looks like they only have the demo at this point still. So I think they're getting close to having a release though. That's probably what the campaign is about, really. Oh, they changed something. 1.12. Okay. Is this coming soon? Okay, and here's the. I had another document file up with something else with on it. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Heroes Odyssey is a visual novel set in a mysterious. My head hurts. You know what? That's why I try to think too hard. Bad things. Bad things always seem to happen. Okay. So let me see if I can swap over to here and I can see if I can read it while I'm doing this. Let's show the main mode. And let's see if I can show a browser while I'm here. Okay. And I'm gonna mute this and play it while I read this to you guys. Okay. Yeah, so many words to read. Okay. It's a visual novel set in a mysterious, fantastical world, heavily inspired by Greek mythology. The player takes on the role of a young man who, after losing consciousness, wakes up in an unfamiliar island, chosen by Zeus himself. Why is that doing that? It's supposed to show the screen. Okay, I don't know what it's doing that for. I have no idea. Let me just do something real quick. I'll just do it this way. Okay. Nah, I lost the thing I was looking for. Okay, fine. Okay. Yeah, it was kind of hard for me to read the text because it was a PDF they gave me. Okay. Chosen by Zeus himself, the protagonist is given a divine mission to defeat the god of the underworld. During his journey, fulfill this duty, the player will need to form alliances with a variety of characters, help the strange inhabitants of the island, and face unexpected enemies. Every decision will have consequences affecting both relationships with other characters and the progression of the mission. Heroes Odyssey offers plenty of emotional moments, like for romantic storylines to dark, tension-filled scenes that shape the tone of the game. The game features multiple endings, each dependent on the choices the player makes. Every decision could determine who becomes an ally and who turns into an enemy. Make sure to tread lightly and think before you choose, for a single wrong move could turn your journey into a walking nightmare. Okay, it's a full, rich world that's inspired by Greek mythology. I can't zoom it in. Nope, I can't. Fine. Has narrative choices shaping the plot, deep romantic themes, mythological gods, and legendary creature features. Diverse endings. It's a mix of isekai, romance, horror, and more, providing a unique experience. It has interactive mini games where you solve puzzles and challenges that adds the variety of the gameplay. Has fully voiced key moments in the storytelling experience. And it has a new voice acting in English and Polish, it looks like. And it's not that expensive. The full game is going to be priced at about $8.49. Has several characters. Callias, sharper horns, and confidence that could rival the gods themselves. Callias is a satyr who takes life as it becomes. Beneath the charm there lie a fierce ally that you'd be wise to keep on your side. Melania is a too friendly merchant with a power that she keeps hidden from her clients. He has an enchanting voice that weaves powerful melodies and heals wounds, boasts of strength and inspire courage. Helena was a warrior who has unmatched resolve. She gives much needed grit to your adventure. Her blades cut precisely as a scalpel, with courage second to none. Vespera is a deadly assassin with a cold demeanor and a killer instinct. They prefer to keep others at their arm's length, and they're not interested in making friends, but when they're forced together, they'll have to work as a team. Datura is a quiet and composed pupil of Melania, the merchant. They have a wealth of knowledge that they're hiding, but they have a mastery of magic and combat. And of course, Zeus, the king of all gods, commands respect from all who's on Olympus. Of course, if you don't know Zeus and how we now know Greek mythology, they're like, you gotta know them, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and give you guys a look at the trailer here.
A quest.
Actually, let me halt the music, obviously. Yeah, do this.
For a true hero.
My name is Callias.
Again with this? Whatever. Greetings, my dear ones.
Oh, I think we just revealed exactly what all these other ones are. Oopsie. Reveal who was in the shadows.
Come closer, young man.
Sorry. Sorry. I kind of got a little ahead of myself. Okay. So, let's get started on the game, shall we? Hide that screen away. And go to our main screen. Get that off my big screen. And pull up the game on the other screen, which I misplaced again. There we go. Okay. Like I said, this game is a demo. The full game has come out yet. But you can actually play the demo on Steam. I will be... Actually, can I just provide the link to it right in chat? Yeah, I probably can. Let me put the link to the game itself in the chat for you guys to get an idea of it if you want to try it for yourself. Yeah, cannot put on everybody's chat because everyone has a window here. So if you are wondering, I am live on YouTube, Trovo, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick. And I think these are going to actually be the platforms I stick to. Because honestly, it's hard to go keep other ones that were workable. These are the ones that give me the least amount of trouble to get started and go live, okay? The other ones give me so many complications that it's not worth the effort. So that's why I do what I do. But the fact that I'm able to get all of these to work at the same time without having to pay for another multi-streaming service is good enough for me. That's why I'm sticking with this one, this lineup. Now, I do have to let you guys know because we do have a possibility of something that's going to be a minimal situation. Here's my schedule, okay? As you see, I'm playing Etrian's Odyssey demo today. Tomorrow, I'm quote-unquote off. Then 80 Yumiya. Then for Star Wars Day, which is also Audrey Hepburn's birthday, I'm playing Star Wars Jedi Power Battles. Then another day off. Then Uncle Indy. Then I'm playing Street Fighter 6. Now, since I'm planning on doing an open lobby on Street Fighter 6, maybe not, I don't know. Because I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to play it for the story mode or if I want to play it for versus. But I may stick to just probably a handful of platforms instead to keep the bandwidth down so my ping won't be so high. I don't know. I'm starting to question that. I'm not sure if I should do online multiplayer games anymore. I'm not really sure. The reason I bought into a multi-platform service was so that I could have everything going to one source, split into several sources, and that way I could save on bandwidth. But then the service I started using started cutting off my streams. And when I found out that it was more stable for me to stream to all of these 7 services directly without interruption, then I decided, why am I spending $10 a month on this if you're not giving me the experience I'm expecting for $10 a month? I'm not paying you to cut off my streams midway through when I could handle all of these streams on my own directly without issue. So, yeah. That's why I stopped using Live Push. I'm sad because it was actually a decent price for giving me something I wanted because it allowed me to stream to up to 10 platforms for $10. And two of those platforms I could use RTMP, and I could use two different profiles, so I could actually have a vertical profile and a horizontal profile to go to different sources. That was a really good service. But then having the last couple of weeks be having streams cut off like crazy is why I actually stopped streaming on services like Party and such, because I was trying to figure out what keeps causing my connection to die out here. Why am I not having stable streams here anymore? Why is Party cutting off? Why is YouTube cutting off? Why am I having multiple YouTube streams, multiple Kick streams, multiple why is my stream being broken up all over the place, and or having like 5-second streams or things like that? So I found out that some of it was tied to the service, and some of them was tied to the services I was streaming on, which is why I am not streaming on Bitchute anymore. So I'm actually going to be taking that off of my banner pretty soon, because Bitchute did something that messed up my broadcast to them. I can't stream to them, where every time I send out a broadcast, it's not reading my footage. And that's also why I'm not streaming on news services like Noise. I wanted to try them, but they wanted such specific video outputs that it was too crazy to set up and work with the other services, so I stopped that. But yeah, I'm sorry that it's hard being a multi-streamer, okay? In fact, when I have my off day while I'm doing my modifying and editing, you guys, I'm actually going to show you everything I do in order to go live on every single platform. It's a lot, okay? It's not that easy. And it's even harder getting things like Fishy, the Fishy command down here, to work on multiple platforms. Like, I managed to get something like this fishing game, which was exclusive to Twitch, to work on not only Twitch, but also on YouTube, on Trovo, on what's the other one? And on Kick. So I had the fishy game working on 4 different platforms. And I'm actually able to use some situations where I could actually have people type in a command and have that trigger stuff that I'm working on myself, which is one of the things I've been working on with my coding session, is trying to get more of my interactive codes to work with the Social Stream Ninja to trigger effects that can work on the screen. So, long-term goal, I would like you guys who watch from places like TikTok or Twitter, which doesn't have any third-party support, have the power to utilize all of my features that only my main platforms have. I would like you guys on TikTok to be able to use the fishy game. I would like you guys to be able to enter into getting channel points so you could actually redeem free game codes off my game code giveaway system. I would like to do that. I would like to have it as a universal thing. So that's some of the stuff I'm working on. And I could use all the feedback and backup I can get. So if you guys have time to hang out tomorrow, just shooting the breeze while I'm trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing, feel free to drop by tomorrow, okay? I don't know what time I'll start. I might start earlier in the day. I might start at my normal time. I might start late as usual. Come on, guys. You guys know I'm always late, okay? That's one of the things that you guys can always be sure of, is there's a 90.9.99.99999% chance I will be late for whatever I'm supposed to do. I'm always late. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Okay, so I got everything set up to play the game except the window for the game itself. It's hiding somewhere on all 3 of my screens here. I don't know where I put it. How you doing, Quay? Hi, how are ya? I misplaced the game again. What's my game again? What's my game again? Okay. I am ready to play the demo. Now, this time we're going to do something a little bit different. I think I'm going to do this for visual novels going forward on stream anyway. So anytime I play a story choice game, I'm going to pause and give you guys the choices. Actually, let me mark something up real quick. Look at them. Oh, I don't have a CG gallery. Okay, fine. Let me just get that open real quick. So I can pull up while I do some artwork real quick. Oh, do I have the game muted? I don't hear anything. Is it on here? You guys hear it? I don't hear it. Oh, maybe I messed it up again. I was picking out the right game. Windows 10. Maybe there's no audio coming at all? Could that be it? Or is my volume slow? No? Okay. It says that there's massive volume, but I don't hear any volume coming from the game. Oh, okay. It's not going to my headphones. Maybe that might be it. Let me try something real quick, guys. So I don't hear anything. I want to make sure that I'm hearing stuff as I should be hearing it. So I didn't hear a thing. And probably because I didn't have my headphones plugged in at the start, maybe that might have been an issue. There we go. Now we hear the music. That's what I was looking for. Can't have a visual novel without sound, you know? That adjustment messed me up now. Now it's too loud. Okay. You guys can hear the music okay? And I need one more thing. One more thing I need to do real quick. So I need that. Making a quick mock-up here. Okay. Okay, it looks like I have to do that part of the reading, huh? Fine. If I must, I must. If I must, 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 I must do it. I must do it. I must do it all. Okay. Oh, this journey is not for the faint of heart. Anxiety and depression may be magnified by the terrors within. Oh no, not again. Did we have another game that had severe trauma inducing storylines that was so intense that even I had to stop playing? I'm a little worried about that. Let me do this real quick. Just in case they have multiple choices here. And what I'm doing is I'm going to actually do live polls for every time that there's a choice in the game. Okay, you can go away screen. Choice ship. And just in case there's a third one. I think there's probably going to be like 2 choices, but maybe, I don't know. Vote, vote, vote. Okay. So I have a voting screen set up, I believe. Let me double check, make sure it works. Yeah, okay. So anytime that there's going to be a choice, I'm going to do a live vote for it and let you guys vote for what you guys want me to do. Okay? Okay. The journey is not for children or the faint of heart, and the vote does work on everybody's platform. So no matter what platform you're on, the voting system will work, and it will still count all votes accordingly. Something I'm happy I got to pull off. This journey is not for children or the faint of heart. Anxiety and depression may be magnified by the terrors within. Which I have a lot of depression, so I'm a little worried. Certain mini-games contain visual effects that may not be suitable for individuals with epilepsy or other photosensitive conditions. Darn it! So, don't expect some flashing, I'm guessing. By playing Heroes Odyssey, you confirm you are at least 13 years old and accept the possibility of confronting truly unsettling content and your own grim fate. See, the idea is to encourage people to play the game. You're sounding like you're scaring me from playing the game here now. Come on. Okay. Well, obviously I have to make this choice. I'm sorry. Otherwise we don't get to play. It's only one way in. Okay. Okay. Is the audio music too loud? Do anything? Reduce it? Okay. The weather was ugly, as it always was on this day of the year. If it gets too loud, let me know, okay? Heavy rain fell from the dark clouds, which covered even the tiniest scrap of the sky. The headlights of passing cars were reflected off the wet asphalt. Always the same. The wind-tossed trees had already lost their leaves, which now leapt and danced above the skywalks and the ever-hurrying passersby clutching their umbrellas. Colorful lightning bolts frequently streaked across the sky, their long branching shapes striking fear. With each thunderclap, the sound grew closer and closer. Let me do something real quick. Do one more thingy here. An idea. Okay. The sound of fire truck sirens echoed through the streets, stopping curious onlookers who, as they turned to look, tried to guess where an accident had occurred. It was the first time I had a chance to observe such a gloomy day from above the roof of the university I attended. Taking advantage of the break before the last class, I decided to spend it here, hidden from others, yet able to see everyone around me. I watched other students, some walking home and some rushing towards cars with bags and backpacks shielding their heads, as if afraid the rain might melt them. I saw groups of friends and couples strolling through the park, their wet hands clasped together between two umbrellas. I never carried an umbrella. I wasn't afraid of the rain. Besides, that way I didn't have to worry about the wind trying to snatch it away from me. I simply kept walking towards my destination. And once I got there, I waited until my clothes dried up. Not really an inconvenience for me. Ha! I'm not made of sugar. Hey, Draw, how are ya? I just asked you that. I asked you that first. I'm melting, okay? It is hot here in DC, okay? I can't breathe. It's so hot. I'm still drinking with lots of Wawa. Yeah. Yep, today we're playing a visual novel demo that hasn't come out yet, but it's going to come out soon, I think. And they say that once the full game comes out, I have access to play the whole thing. So if you guys like it, I might be able to play more of it. So we'll see how this goes, right? And I'm going to be doing live choices. So you guys will determine what the story is, because we'll do a vote for every choice that we have. And I'm going to do that for every story choice game we have going forward, unless it's a quick time event. I figured that would be a nice way to interact, because now that we can do that across every platform, I don't see why not. That's why I held off on it, because it was only exclusive to certain platforms, and I got tired of making polls for every platform. It was a mess. But yeah, now that I have a script that works with this, see, like for example, I just push one button, and I could go ahead and do a live vote for any choice that shows up in the game. I like that. Might change the color of that though. Okay. Get another shot of drink. Wow, this stuff's potent. I usually don't go for the strong flavors with the Dubby, but I think in some cases it wakes me up, the flavor alone. Because it's so strong. Okay. Hi, thank you for joining Amelia on TikTok. See, now I can see. I got everything set up so I can see when people join me on TikTok and join me on Trovo. So now I can see that now. I didn't have that option before. I'm happy. Okay. At times, I was met with curious glances and prying comments, asking if I seriously couldn't afford the luxury of an umbrella. I never paid them any mind. Perhaps 5 years ago I might have been bothered by someone mocking me, but now I couldn't care less. No matter what others said, it was meaningless to me. Nothing was the same after the tragedy that befell me. I never thought I'd have to face the death of someone so close to me. I remember stopping, hanging out with my friends and completely neglecting classes, which caused my grades to plummet. It's a miracle I even managed to get into a college. However, thanks to the help of others, I started working on myself. Some might think I'm a depressed melancholiac, but it's weather like this that puts me on such a mood. I was usually a pretty cheerful person, or at least tried to be for the past 2 years. I know that feeling. Not to mention today marks the anniversary of the tragedy I mentioned. The anniversary of death. Someone once told me that rain falls when God cries. I laughed in their face, telling them that God isn't real. But when I realized that every year was the same day, a downpour hits the city, I began to wonder if there wasn't at least a little bit of truth to it. Such an unforeseen death of such a good person would surely sadden even God. I walked up to the railing at the edge of the roof, hoping to stay unnoticed by the college staff. I clutched it and looked down at the stairs leading to the main entrance located directly below me. Tear after tear fell down my already wet face, cold gusts of wind that made me start to feeling the chill outside. If you're here... Huh? Excuse me? What the heck is that? What the... if you were here, random creepy selection of words that I can't understand why it's acting like that, but it's kind of creeping me out the whole process. Thanks for joining, Aria. I bet you tell me a thing or two about how I'm acting now. You tell me how much of a dumbass I am standing this close to the barrier, especially when the ground's so wet and slippery. Even though it's been 5 years since I last saw you, I still knew exactly what you say to me even now. I know what you're thinking. Calm down. Go back inside and stop with this moody crap. Ugh! Honestly, I just want to know how you're doing. I raised my head to the sky and closed my eyes. I took a deep breath, letting the cold air fill my throat until I felt the chill scratching my larynx. I exhaled, repeating this a few more times. That was my meditation, my way of reaching out to my memories. Oh, okay, that scared me. Okay. I didn't know that they was going to have jump scares. Jump scares of cute stuff. I remember the scene from many years ago. My first attempt at cooking. I was back in elementary school. Creepy Word and I went on a trip that included cooking classes. We had to make tamagoyaki, which shouldn't have been a problem for kids our age. However, it proved to be quite a challenge for me. Not only did I burn my omelet, but it was also salted so badly that it was impossible to even try. Weird Word noticed me struggling, so he invited me to his station. Together, we managed to fry the best tamagoyaki in the group. I also remember the time we went skiing together. Weird Name, even though he already knew how to ski, spent his whole day teaching me how to do it. We had an instructor, but he insisted on teaching me himself because he knew what worked best for me. As it turned out, he was right. I caught on quickly, and the very next day we were racing each other down the hill. But my favorite memory of all was playing as heroes and villains. Weird Name and I used to go to the nearby playground where we put on a real show for the kids from the neighborhood. We'd throw on towels swiped from home and wearing them like capes. And then we'd become real anime heroes. We'd grab our toy swords and battle to the death. I always got to be the superhero. Not that I ever complained. I wonder why Weird Name never minded being the villain. I figured he knew that I didn't want to be one. Our fight scenes must have been really spectacular because all the neighborhood kids would gather at the playground just to watch us. Sadly, bad things always seem to happen to good people. It felt as if some evil being had infected my mind. An alien memory appeared in my mind, one that had no right being there. I'd seen it often before, but I knew it was nothing more than a trick of my mind. 2 bright headlights. That image flashed before my eyes every now and then. I knew it wasn't real, but each time it appeared, it felt less and less foreign. Suddenly, there was a loud crack. Huh? A bright flash lit up the sky, followed by a deafening boom. How you doing, the gamer? How are ya? A bright flash lit up the sky, followed by a deafening boom. I looked ahead and saw a tree in the park across from me go up in flames. But the pouring rain snuffed it out just as quickly. What a strange coincidence. Good to hear. Spending a thunderstorm on the university's open roof probably wasn't the smartest of ideas. I felt my heart race as I remembered once more what day it was today. A day without the person I won the best Tomogoyaki contest with. The one I raced down ski slopes with. And the one who was my superhero. The feeling of longing rushed back to me. A sharp pain invaded my chest, and a helpless groan escaped my lips. I swallowed the huge lump in my throat. I miss you. I miss you so much, wherever you are. Give me a sign. Can you hear me? Give me a sign if you can. I then felt my hair slowly lifting upwards towards the sky. I couldn't believe it. Was that the sign I was waiting for? Tears still running down my cheeks, I smiled to myself and thanked aloud. I felt fulfilled. I could finally go back inside. When I turned on my heel, ready to rush toward the door leading to the top floor of the building, a flash blinded me for an instant. I don't fully remember what happened next, but just a moment later, there was a loud crack, loud enough that I could have sworn my ears had started to bleed. I lost my footing and fell to the ground with a loud thud. Unable to catch my breath, I alternated between trying to open my eyes and making a sound. No dice. Experience the shocking beginning of your adventure. Ride the lightning. Oh boy. All that was left for me was to beg for help in my thoughts. Then I heard it once again. The familiar voice calling my name. Oh! I let out a soft groan. I felt a stinging pain at the back of my head, but I couldn't even muster enough strength to rub it. Nor could I open my eyes, let alone move any of my limbs. Oh, no! I wasn't sort of saying that. Our game will contain various mini-games. The mini-game is about to begin. Hit the circle at just the right moment. Well, I'm not ready. Let me get a swig of drink first. Sorry. Good luck. I'm gonna need it. Oh. I don't think I hit it at the right moment. I tried raising my arm, but my body didn't listen to me. Hopefully, I wasn't paralyzed or something. Oh, like, it's a DDR type of thing, okay. In the distance, the squawking of seagulls could be heard. Where am I? I heard an incomprehensible mumble escape my lips. I was trying my best to recall the last thing that had happened to me. I remember standing on the roof of my university. The weather was horrible. It had only gotten worse after that damn storm. And then a bright light flash blinded me, followed by a thunderclap so loud that it nearly ruptured my eardrum. You forgot to mention the fact that a building kind of fell right on you, on the rooftop. That was kind of important thing to notice and remember. Just saying. I couldn't remember what happened after that. Judging by the surrounding sounds, I guess I'm no longer in the city. Suburbs, maybe?
Hey, you!
Who, me?
Can you hear me?
No, I can't. A masculine voice was calling out in the distance. Unable to open my eyes, I could only assume I was the one he was calling out to. I heard footsteps a moment later, the sound of bare feet shuffling along sand. The man walked up and stood right by my head. I could hear his shallow breathing. He must have been casting a shadow over my body because I immediately felt comforted, and my skin, which had been burning up, I could now breathe a sigh of relief from the sun. How strange. Such scorching sun in late autumn? I could have sworn it was raining just a moment ago.
Everything all right?
Not really. My hands kind of fall asleep a little bit, but thanks for asking.
You look pretty worn out.
Oh, that's every day.
Taking care of a stranger. Oh, just what I wanted.
Well, nobody's making you. I mustered enough energy to slowly raise my left and then my right eyelid. My vision was still blurring. Even though my eyes were playing tricks on me, I could tell it was on the beach. My brain was still sluggish, so it took me a moment to recall the nearest beach to my city was in... I didn't even know where.
Oh, you're alive.
That's a matter of perspective.
What a surprise.
Really? I let out a quiet groan and closed my eyes. The bright colors too much for me to handle. I tried to wake up my overheated brain, asking it where I was and why, though it proved to be harder than expected. I could only remember fragments of what had happened. At that moment, I couldn't tell whether my morning on the rooftop had been a dream or if I was in one now. Ugh! My head started rubbing my temples. Temples are back here. Okay. My fingers brushed against tiny grains stuck in my hair. Either my dandruff had come back with a vengeance, or I was laying in sand. I wasn't sure which scenario was more likely. As my strength slowly returned, a sudden wave of panic surged through me. Cold sweat trickled down my back and face. I placed my hands at my sides and took a deep breath. Then slowly exhaled. Bless whoever invented meditation.
Are you dead?
Maybe.
Hello?
Goodbye.
Seriously?
Okay, that's not what he said. That's not what he said at all. I swear, if you had too much wine or smoked too many herbs, I'm going to strangle you with my bare hands. The stranger seemed to be slowly getting frustrated with my silence. A little loud there. I waited a moment longer before mustering the rest of my strength to rise off the ground. My vision was still playing tricks on me, blurring even more, probably due to how quickly I had gotten up off the ground. Even so, I could still make out that mysterious man standing before me was practically, if not completely, naked. My vision was still unfocused, though I could clearly tell that his legs were hairy, almost unnaturally so that he was wearing a strange pair of shoes that looked almost looking like hooves. When I saw his face, my heart skipped a beat. The man wore a truly lifelike mask with horns and elongated, almost elf-like ears. He looked like a member of some cult. Only after a few moments was I able to regain my sight, so I took another look at him and froze in disbelief. I don't think that's a mask. His hairy legs weren't just excessively hairy, they looked like they belonged to a goat? His hooves, oh, his shoes look like real hooves, and the mask seemed to be his actual face. At that moment, the stranger no longer seemed like a cult member. Instead, he started to resemble the devil himself. Let out a booming, uncontrollable scream, which startled the demon, making it recoil to the side and snarl at me. Meet Callius, your friendly neighborhood satyr man. Okay. Okay. Who? What? What are you? Whoa! For you, I can be whoever you want. Oh, okay. Dude's coming on strong from the get-go. Okay. Okay. I noticed the glint in his eyes. I bet those eyes have lured more than one person in. It wasn't comforting in the slightest. Not comforting at all. I felt goosebumps slowly appearing on my skin. I was frozen like a statue, only able to stare at him in horror. He was meeting my gaze, looking at me with curiosity. He brushed his dark, wavy hair with the back of his hand and then grabbed his goatee. I have to admit, in hell, from where he probably came, he must have been a model. Demon! Okay, now you've gone too far. Do I look like someone who takes pleasure in torturing human souls? Yes. Correct. Huh? Relax, I'm just messing with you. For your information, just because something has horns and hooves doesn't mean it's a demon. I wish someone would shout when they see a demon. Ah, a satyr! Because that's exactly what I am, a satyr. Always the same.
My name is Callius.
Okay, I got your name. Callius. Was it all just a dream? Yeah, it must have been a stupid dream. Because how else would you explain the presence of a dynamic goat? Things like that only happen in TV. Creatures like that have no place in the real world. Though, if this was some elaborate prank, they really went all out with the special effects. At least I hadn't ended up in some psychological horror instead. I glanced around, saw a multitude of rocks and a vast sea that stretched out, disappearing over the horizon. Then I looked up. The sun was shining so brightly, its glare almost blinding me. I thought to myself that I'd wake up any moment now. This dream was different than the rest. It was so realistic, I could feel the scorching sand beneath my feet, the hot sun on my skin, and the breeze and the salty water's droplets on my face. Callius, the man standing before me, looked as real as they come. I couldn't stop myself, and I touched his stomach. I am in trouble. I was surprised how the real touch felt, even the scent of his fur and oils. I looked up, meeting Callius's gaze, his arms crossed, his horned head swaying from side to side. Gulping nervously, I took a step back.
You flatter me, but how about you introduce yourself first?
Okay, for the record, I do not put my hand on guys' bare stomachs, okay? Okay? That's not a normal thing for me, okay? Just for the record, don't you dare try to get me out of context with that, okay? I Do the stuff like that normally, okay? Got it? Forgive me. I just wanted to make sure this wasn't just a dream. A dream? I assure you, boy, this is no dream. I'm very sorry. Alright. No big deal. What are you even doing here? What are the other I bit my tongue before finishing my question. I didn't want to be reprimanded again, so I quickly corrected myself. Citizens.
Easy there.
Calm down. We're not the only ones here. It's a very well hidden beach. Hardly anyone knows about it. I stumbled across it purely by chance after getting lost on the trail. So you're very lucky that I decided to show up here today. Dude's blushing. The dude's blushing. Lucky? Where even am I?
Where? On a Greek island called Damathea. That's where.
Huh? A Greek island? Hold on. A goat man, a Greek island. Did I just wake up in a mythological world? I was starting to regret that my knowledge of myths was limited to what we covered in literature class. At least the major I chose didn't turn out to be such a bad idea. Who would have thought that European literature would come in handy one day? Though now that I think about it, I think I still prefer the psychological horror. Well, whatever. I wonder how Callias would react if I told him he's just a fictional character. Okay, looks like we got our first choice of the game, guys. So let's see if I can pull this off. One sec. Pull. Give me 1 second here, because I forgot to get my thingy ready. It's hard. It's hard. Okay, graphical pull. There it is. You said pull? Okay. Okay, so we have two choices. Ask about mythology or skip the topic. So if you want me to ask about mythology, choose choice number 1. If you want me to skip the topic, choice number 2. So to vote, all you do is type in #1 for choice number 1 or #2 for choice number 2. So I'll give you about 2 minutes to make your choice. There, that fixed it. Well, did I push the button? Did it time out on me? I guess it timed out on me. Oh well. Oh, okay. I guess I only had so much time to do it. Or maybe I clicked the button and not realized it. Sorry about that. We'll do it for the next one, okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's take the poll off. Okay. Probably because I clicked another window for it. Okay. I don't know what was picked though, so dang it. Okay. I wonder how Callius would react if I told him he's just a fictional character. Oh, here it is. It's still there. Oh, I must have went backwards. That's probably what it was. Okay. So go ahead and make your votes right now. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Okay. That's what I was looking for. Trying to position it better. Okay. Nope, that's not what I wanted either. Okay, that's messing up everything. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Oh, we just do that. I'm not fighting with it. Any votes? No votes? Nope, no votes. None? Actually, you guys can see it. I think it could. Okay, okay, countdown and 15 seconds for you guys to type in your exclamation point one, I'm sorry, hashtag 1 or hashtag 2 for your choices. You guys got 30 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Oh, but I also lost count. Well, it just made a chance to test something. Test something out. Oh, it works in TikTok. Yeah, it works in TikTok. I'm happy. Well, since no one else is saying during the vote, okay. Here's the topic. I had to vote. Okay, I glanced at Callius, who was staring daggers at me. Oh, wrong one. Sorry about that. I wasn't sure if I'd done something wrong, or if he was truly, naturally irritable. For my own peace of mind, I concluded that he probably treat even the queen with the same harshness. I decided not to upset him. I kept the question to myself. But even without that, I felt Callius could tear me apart at any moment. It's best not to risk it any further. Tell me, Callius, what exactly am I doing here? I should ask you the same thing. And then there was an awkward silence. I perfectly understood what he was trying to imply. I also prefer to go back to my uni's roof and simply have my Gothic literature classes where we discuss interesting novels. Callius must have noticed how embarrassed and his blatant dislike of me had made me, because he eased up a bit and no longer sounded like an asshole. Looks like the sea has washed you up on the shore.
How strange.
Actually, say how curious, but okay. No wonder he was so rude. He probably got so many compliments about his looks that his ego inflated him like a balloon. I had this one friend back in elementary. The compliments from our classmate really messed up her head. One day, she flat out told me that I was too average to be her friend anymore. That stung. What was that?
Forget it.
Unless...
Unless...
There's one more explanation, though it seems even less likely. What's that? Before I arrived at the beach, I saw a single lightning bolt cross the sky. Or at least I thought I did. I think it struck somewhere around here. Now that I think about it, it may have hit this very spot we're standing on right now. I wasn't sure if I understood him correctly, But I believe Callius was suggesting that the lightning bolt could have brought me here to the beach. That theory shouldn't have surprised me, all things considered. After all, I was currently shooting the breeze with an ill-mannered half-man, half-goat. I wasn't sure about how much time I spent on the island, but I was pretty sure I wasn't just washed ashore by the sea. My clothes had been, or should have been, at least a bit damp, but I didn't feel anything sticking to my body, not even my briefs. Not to mention that I probably would have drowned before washing up on the shore. I didn't think I'd be lying on the beach for too long either. If I had, the scorching sun would have made its mark on me. I didn't have any sunburns, or not even reddened skin. No sign of heat stroke-induced headache either. Callie stood in front of me in silence, probably checking if I'm smart enough to catch his hint about the lightning bolts. Or maybe he didn't want to say it out loud, knowing how outlandish it sounded. I decided to show him that I'm not just some clueless nobody. Oh my god, that would totally make sense.
Huh?
Oh my god. I forgot you probably don't know what slang is. Slang? OMG is a short way of saying oh my god. Oh, I forgot. I read it wrong. I'm sorry. It was funny seeing how the tables had turned. Now the satyr was the one who was confused. And for some reason, my screen is in a different position than what I thought it was.
You're not making much sense.
I don't understand. Which god are you referring to?
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Now I get the joke. You know what, Callius? Never mind.
Your village speaks a strange dialect.
Lightning bolt, you said?
Mm-hmm.
It was such a bizarre occurrence. I thought I was seeing things at first.
But there's not a single cloud in the sky. How could...
Exactly. If lightning didn't strike from a cloud, but from an open sky, then that means...
Uh-oh. Callius suddenly pressed a finger to his lips and pointed to a nearby bush that was swaying unnaturally. I watched as he assumed a combat stance. He lowered his head, showing it off his horns like a moose or a ram would, and impatiently stomped his hoof to the sand. He mentioned for me to hide behind him. I wasn't sure if he was just playing the hero or if he genuinely wanted to protect me, but I obeyed him anyway.
You thought I wouldn't notice you?
I think he noticed you.
Who are you? Show yourself at once.
Whoa. I watched as Callius tried to act all dangerous and intimidating. He looked downright ridiculous. Even adorable in his own way. Like an angry goat. I was hoping he could at least fight.
Enough!
Get out now! Show yourself, or else I dive there myself and give you a what for.
All of a sudden, a figure clad in a green robe leapt out of the bush. I could swear it froze in mid-air for a brief moment, suspended high above us. I barely had time to process. The stranger jumping between me and Callius, separating us. They pulled out two razor-sharp daggers, pointing them at us. I instinctively jumped back, almost tripping over myself in the process. I was hoping that whoever this person was wouldn't think I was trying to attack them. Raising my hands above my head as a gesture of surrender, I tried to look at the attacker in the eyes. They had a long green hood on their head. I couldn't see their whole face, but from the shape of their small and elegant nose and full lips, delicate jawline, I could easily tell that they were a woman. Just the sight of her long reddish hair peeking out from under the hood gave away quite a lot. What is happening?
are you?
You're pushing your luck.
I advise you put down your weapons or you'll regret it. Okay, looks like I'm a guy in this game. The woman let out a quiet laugh and leapt high in the air using only her legs. She spun above me and gracefully landed behind my back. She seized my wrist and yanked me closer, pressing one dagger to my neck while keeping the other aimed at Callius. I felt two medium-sized pillows. Damn it! What you say? Pillows? Pressing me, pressing into my back. The woman pulled me even closer, clearly not wanting to let me go. It was the first time I felt a woman's breasts against me, though not quite the way I'd imagined. The blade scraped my neck, snapping me to reality. My eyes opened in terror. Beads of sweat rolled down my forehead, maybe from the stifling heat or maybe from the thought of my impending death. It was hard to say at the time. Huh? This has to be a joke, right? I just woke up and someone's already trying to kill me? What the f is going on here? Okay, I'll shut up. Huh? Don't tell me what to...
Don't forget who's holding the knife here.
Okay, you're holding the knife here. Fair point.
Who are you two and what are you doing here?
What are you talking about? I don't know how I'm doing here.
We were just getting around to figuring that out ourselves.
How about you tell us our purpose here? How'd you find the ways of this hidden beach? I saw a lightning bolt. Again with that lightning bolt? I followed it and ended up finding you. So the lightning wasn't just a figment of Callius' imagination. Could it really have been what brought me to this world? I guess it would make sense considering it struck me back then on the roof. The more I learn, the less I like this dream. I wish I could wake up already.
Stop this.
Let the boy go. Killing him would be pointless. He doesn't even know where he is. No need to dirty your hands. He won't make it past the first trial he stumbles into. Anyway. Excuse me? I'm sure we can work something out. The woman stayed silent for a moment, as if she was actually considering Callius' words. Just as I was about to lose all hope of getting out of this alive, I suddenly felt her hand pressed against my back, shoving me forward with all her strength. I flew straight ahead, landing face first into Callius' stomach. He rolled his eyes and grabbed my shoulders, turning me around. So embarrassing. Thank you. Thank you for sparing my life, ma'am. You said you saw the lightning bolt? I seen it too, but honestly, I thought my mind was playing tricks on me. That's why I had to make sure. The woman sheathed her blades and removed her cloak with hood, revealing thick, long hair tied in a bun. At last, I could look into the eyes. I noticed a long scar running across one of them. It looked painful. I glanced at Callius, who was also staring at her with intrigue. She must have noticed our curiosity because her cheeks quickly flushed. She averted her gaze and sighed.
Well, well.
Oh dear.
A female assassin.
An assassin? There was something captivating about her appearance. If not for the intimidating scar, her smooth, youthful skin would make her look like a beautiful and seemingly innocent girl. It was chilling to imagine the kind of fight she must have endured to earn a mark like that. The scar didn't look like it was made by a blade or the hand of a man. Could it be the result of a bout with some wild creature? An animal, maybe? Or maybe... I can barely hear the audio. Let me check something real quick, guys. I'm going to turn down the music volume a step. And the effects volume. Still sounds loud. Okay. Hopefully that makes the voices a little bit louder. I'd hope. Got a problem with that?
Easy there.
Don't get me wrong. I admire women who aren't scared to fight. Wait a second. Why did you need to make sure the lightning bolt was real? Hey, doing, JL? How are ya? Yeah, for playing another story choice game, and I'm already making bad choices, I guess. That's no problem. I was late too. I'm always late. So it's kind of a on. You know, I'm supposed to start the stream at like 9:15, but it keeps getting later and later and later and later. I think I started nearly 10 p.m. So I need to get better at that. Well, it's more of an Otome visual novel game. But since we now have a voting system that works across platforms, what I was doing was allowing people to actually vote for the choices of when they come up. So I actually added that into the system here. So everyone, no matter what platform you're watching me on, can take part in voting for choices. So I'm happy I got that to work. I'm really happy. So I'm gonna do that for all story choice games that don't have QuickTime events from now on. Okay. And you guys know I play a lot of those, so expect a lot of interactions. Okay, let's go. Let's keep going. I think I'll probably go for like another hour and then I'll stop. It's only a demo, so I shouldn't go that deep into it. But we'll see. Why do you need to make sure that the lightning bolt was real? What's so special about lightning bolts anyway? A bolt from the open sky is not exactly a common sight, even here. Not even here?
It usually indicates the presence of the Father of Gods.
Uh-oh. Father of Gods? You mean Zeus?
Watch yourself.
Show some respect. What? Don't use his name. It's uncouth. I'm sorry. They didn't teach about that in school. Too bad there wasn't a class on surviving in a mythological world. I came here as quickly as I could, but he wasn't here. Instead, I found you two.
I see.
Let's try not to be ridiculous, though. What would a god like him be doing in a place like this? That's what's captured my interest.
Unless...
Callis gave me an uncertain look, as if trying to suggest that I could be the reason Zeus had chosen to come to this beach. I barely held back my laughter. Why on earth would it be me? Yeah, the character was about to hop off of was Atten hop out? I don't know if it was about to hop up, but he was having a case of melancholyism, being sad about the loss of his friend in the rain, and I don't know if they were planning on jumping or not, but it seemed like it. I don't know. Like they were looking for a sign to stop them, and then they got hit by a lightning bolt. So it's kind of out there. Even in this mythical land, I was just an average Joe, nothing more than a face in the crowd.
Huh?
Unless. Unless what? The woman looked like she was about to draw her daggers and stab us out of sheer frustration. I glanced at Callius. Something about him felt off. Unless he just wanted to take a dip. Take a dip? What? Gods have human needs too. If you were one, wouldn't you want to swim like a mortal every now and then? And how do you know I'm not one? The woman's words were dripping with irony. Callius's odd comment about swimming really stuck with me. At first, I thought he was genuinely talking about me being the reason Zeus came here. An assassin god? Please, that doesn't fit at all. The woman mumbled something under her breath, which, judging by her expression, wasn't anything pleasant. Hey, calm down, both of you. We just managed to bury the hatchet. I felt a hand clutch my wrist. Callius leaned closer, his lips hovering next to my ear.
You better keep that mouth shut.
Huh? What? Are you threatening me too?
If I told her Zeus is hurling bolts around this place because of you, I bet she'd cut you down before we could even blink.
Okay. I felt a surge of heat rush over me. So in the end, I wasn't wrong. Callius actually thought that Zeus came to this island because of me. I barely let you walk away with your life intact. I don't remember burying any sort of hatchets. And you, why do you keep insisting that this beach is so secret? Finding it among the trees is no small feat. You gotta admit that. No idea. I just used a road. A road? To my secret beach?
Again with this.
Please. Just knock it off already. I looked around and spotted a narrow path winding through the forest, leading straight to where we were standing. It must have been hidden behind the massive shrub where the assassin had been hiding. That would explain why I hadn't noticed earlier. Okay. Oh yeah, I see it now. I usually approach this place from the other side. There's no convenient pathways there. Ugh. Cat is cut off as the ground suddenly started to shake. I adopted a wide stance, bending my knees and throwing my arms out, hoping to steady myself. I saw that technique in a movie once. Callius did the same. Meanwhile, the assassin crouched low, brushing aside the sand, and dove her daggers deep into the moisture, gripping them tightly. Shit, what now? An earthquake? A sudden flash blinded us, my ears pierced by the horrendous screech. For a second, I thought I'd been struck by lightning again. But when I opened my eyes, everything around me was the same. Everything except for the presence of another person. They stood there with a mocking smile on their face, arms crossed, looking down at me with an air of superiority. I turned to the others and saw them kneeling in the sand, their heads literally buried in it. They looked so ridiculous. I wish I could capture the sight on camera. If only I had my phone with me. I stared straight into the man's eyes. He inquisitively raised his brow and clenched his teeth. His shoulder-length hair was as white as snow, matching his thick eyebrows and bushy beard. His face looked dignified. He wasn't old, but he couldn't be younger than 40. He was dressed in a long tunic adorned with gold elements, making it feel like I was face to face with a king? A king? Oh my god! Literally! I immediately dropped to my knees and buried my head in the sand as well. My deductions were a bit slower than usual, but it finally clicked that the stranger wasn't just any stranger. He was Zeus himself. I was only hoping he wouldn't smite me where I was standing. Maybe I should sacrifice some of my dignity and kiss his feet just to be safe?
You flatter me.
Oh, you read my mind.
Keep going.
No comment.
Just a moment.
Okay, a comment. Uh-oh. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
All right. You can get up now.
Yeah, sand don't taste too good. Bow before Zeus, king of gods. We all obeyed. I brushed the sand off my knees and looked at the older man. I couldn't believe my eyes. Zeus and the flesh. Holy fuck, Zeus! I wasn't sure if I was seeing was real or was some elaborate illusion. What brings you to us, my lord? Not what, but who? Zeus raised an index finger and pointed at me. I wiped my eyes, scratching my head in confusion. Uh-oh. As I tried to make sense of it. What? Me? You really talking about me? That's right. You're smarter than you look.
Boy, I have a quest for you.
Oh no, not a quest!
A quest for a true hero.
Oh, I didn't sign up to be a hero. I signed up to be a person who's sledding. A hero? Oh, forgive me, my lord. I know. He raised his hand, silencing me in an instant. Cold sweat washed over me, my legs shaking like jelly.
Silence!
Do not interrupt me when I speak. I do not lower myself to converse with mortals just to be ignored by them. I beg for your forgiveness. You were summoned here, boy, to lead an army. By my side, of course.
My brother, Hades.
The meeker, lesser known one, has rebelled against me in our fair division of our domains. And in his defiance, he has declared war on me. A war that will surely... I don't get it. What sort of reason could he possibly have to do that? If I remember my lectures correctly, Hades liked hanging around its underworld. Why would he suddenly want to abandon it and declare war on Zeus? Did he just wake up one day and realize he didn't like his share after all? I could only think of one thing that could justify his rebellion.
How dare you!
What did I say about interrupting? I'm so sorry. I immediately dropped to my knees and bowed before Zeus. The sand had already managed to get into every single crevice of my body, so at this point, I didn't even care anymore. That's punishment. You'll stay on your knees until I finish my story.
Listen closely.
Now, back to your question.
His reason was love.
Oh dear. So, it was all about Persephone. Wait a second. You guys, getting some, deja vu here? Didn't we have some cases with Hades and Persephone and Stray God? Didn't we have to deal with that type of love triangle issue back then? According to mythology, Persephone was Hades' wife, whom he kept in the underworld against her will. She was supposed to stay there for eternity at first, but her mother, Dementor, had managed to negotiate her release with the gods. Hades, afraid of losing his beloved, fed her a few pomegranate seeds before she could reach the surface, which bound Persephone to the underworld forever. Luckily, her mother had managed to reach a compromise, and according to the myths, that's how the 4 seasons came to be. Persephone was to spend 3 months with Hades each year, during which the trees shed their leaves and the soil became barren, symbolizing her mother's despair. So that must be fall! That represented the second half of autumn and winter. Yep, I was right. In the spring, summer, and the first part of autumn, Persephone could leave the underworld, and as her mother was happy to spend time with her daughter, nature would awaken to life once again. Thankfully, we were discussing this exact myth during our last literature class. Thinking about it, it's hard to blame Hades for revolting against this whole arrangement. If I were in his shoes, only to be able to see my most beloved for 3 months each year, I'd also go mad and declare war on my brother. Of course, only if I was sure that winning would mean I could see my love every day for the rest of my life. As you can see, not only mortals do foolish things for love.
Continuing.
Easy to say for someone who finds betrayal so effortless. At first, I thought it was just my brother's silly attempt at a joke. A simple need for some innocent rivalry between siblings. But he quickly showed me that the truth was quite different indeed. He started attacking the villages and taking the lives of mortals, poisoning the waters and bringing a plague to our wondrous land, one that consumes not only man, but all of nature. The trees that shed their leaves had dried out to the bone. The grass lost all of its color, and the animals that drink from the poisoned rivers and lakes began mutating. Mutating? Like they do in horror and sci-fi flicks?
How tragic.
Day after day, the earth's being enveloped in deeper darkness. The villages on the island are gradually falling to ruin, its inhabitants dying of great agony. It seems that Hades is trying to create his own army of the undead, all while attempting to steal mine from me. Even I can't bear to watch this. And I certainly can't allow him to continue it.
I won't stand idly by.
My brother took the first step, marching down the path of war. Now it's my turn to take the next step and bring it to an end.
There's just one little problem.
A problem? For the god above all gods? I don't think it was little in the slightest. All I know is that Hades found a powerful warrior. One he imbued with the power. One who's ready to bring him glory or die trying.
Disgraceful.
His actions are unpredictable, disgraceful, and ruthless. If it is he, wielding my brother's power in his hands, who spreads terror and havoc on the island, he is a formidable foe, but not formidable enough for us to be defeated by him. I know he won't stop until he achieves his objective and brings about one final battle.
That's why I need you, boy.
I lifted my gaze toward him, my knees still planted in the sand. His firm expression made it clear that the word no didn't exist in any dictionary that he knew. Why was I chosen for this whole mission? The first people I met on the island were a demon satyr and an assassin girl who would jump several meters in the air. So why did Zeus need my help? The help of an ordinary man like me? Not that I'm complaining about the lack of willing warriors, but you... You have that something. Something that intrigues me. And get up already. I've finished my story. Terrified, I followed the order. I brushed the sand off my clothes and gently nodded. Forgive me, my lord.
Me, my wife, my children, and all of the mortals. We all place our hopes in you. So don't you dare disappoint us.
What do you want me to do? Choice time! Okay, guys. We have a choice now. Choice hashtag. Oh, we reset it. I'm sorry. It's not reset. Gotta reset it again. End poll. Reset poll. Not fishy. That's not a choice. Fishy's not the choice. Okay, so if you want to go for choice number 1, hashtag number 1 in chat. If you want to go for choice number 2, hashtag number 2. Dang it, what have I done? What am I grabbing? Hey, who's on the fishies? Come on. Do a vote. Gamer, stop fishing and vote. Okay, thank you. Okay, got one vote in. Anyone else? Give you 1 minute left for anyone that wants to vote. Vote hashtag number 1 for I'll do everything in my power. Hashtag number 2 for I can't do it. Okay. Okay. Looks like you're the only one who's voting. I'll give you 15 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh. Okay. I thought I had a vote thing or something. Maybe I did something wrong. Oh, that was a giveaway. I'm sorry. I forgot about that. Giveaway is a different system. Okay, so we're going for choice number 1. I'll do everything in my power. I'll do everything in my power to make sure I don't. I hope this sounded convincing. I had no idea what just happened or how exactly I could help, but I was too afraid to ask any questions for fear that Zeus would punish me. I was already shitting bricks after I failed to recognize him.
Ah, I see you have already managed to recruit 2 companions.
What? Huh? Huh? Oh, well, the vote's already over. I can only give you a certain amount of time. Yeah, you gotta vote quick, guys. Otherwise, we'll take forever over this. Okay. Okay. According to him, my companions were a goat and a nameless lady who was trying to slit my throat a few moments ago. Well, that's just great. Amazing, even. Callius and the assassin who also looked deeply surprised. Okay, this is... I need to turn down fish. It's too noisy. What's my voice thing? Yeah, the fishy's too loud now. It distracts me from the story, you know. I'm trying to read and I keep hearing fishy. Okay. There we go. There, I muted the sound a little bit. Okay. But they must have known what kind of consequences will follow if they refused this request. And here I thought that the three of us could go our own separate ways. But now, I bet if we try to split up, we'd experience firsthand what divine intervention really looks like.
Impressive!
Well, you're not slacking off. That's good. Though you'll be needing more than just those two. For those who will fight by your side, those willing to give their life for victory. Life? I didn't even know I'd be willing to sacrifice my own life for some argument between two brothers I couldn't talk things out. I've always despised war. If they wanted to turn us into pawns, they should have played a game of chess instead. I wasn't able to understand why a simple conversation couldn't work.
Hero.
Form an army, win, and restore peace and order to the land. Simple, right?
Hurry up, before it's too late. The darkness will soon engulf the entire island, and then the others. I wish you luck, my hero. You'll be needing it.
Wait, just a moment! Once again, a bright light flash blinded me and my companions. At least he spared us from the earthquake this time. When we opened our eyes, he was already gone. I looked at Callias and the assassin to make sure I hadn't dreamed up the whole event. They were both casting distrustful glances at me. But that wasn't just in my head, right? Our Lord really blessed us with his presence? Oh,
I don't get it.
it was real. But calling the boy a hero? There's gotta be some kind of mistake here. Me? A hero? It was hard to wrap my head around it all. I just arrived on the island and I already found myself taking on some suicidal mission. Surely you don't doubt our Lord, Assassin. He's never wrong, after all. Callias glanced at me, sizing me from head to toe. His smile slowly started to fade. At least that's what they say. My face turned red. I knew I wasn't exactly the epitome of manliness. I didn't hit the gym, and my only regular exercise was a morning dash to the bakery for some fresh bread. But according to Zeus, I've got that something that makes me a better pick than Callias, the assassin, and thousands of others under his command. Maybe I'm like a character in a video game who starts weak but gets some grinding and dedication and becomes an unstoppable powerhouse. I'm supposed to follow the guy who almost sawed himself when I gave him a little scare. You put a knife to my throat. I wouldn't call that a little scare. If you were the hero you were talking about, you would have gotten out of that situation on your own, but instead, you waited for the goat to save you. Hey, watch it! You can't even handle me, a mere mortal. How do you plan to take on the god of the underworld? I lowered my head. I wanted to snap back, but nothing came to mind. You couldn't argue that Lord Zeus ordered him to build an army, not to fight alone. You can't blame him for not handling his own. A general relies on his army. That's why he's a general, not just some grunt. I looked at Callias. He smiled at me. I could feel my confidence creeping back. What a load of nonsense. I don't know about you, but I'm willing to give him a chance. I believe in our Lord's divine infallibility. If he chose the boy, then he must be the best choice. Thanks, Callias. I'm so glad you believe in me. Besides, after we save the world, they'll be writing ballads about us. Oh, my satyr buddies are going to be so jealous. Oh, I can already picture it. The ballad of the boy and his trusty steed. Oh, she called him out. How many times do I have to say I'm not some animal? I turned toward the forest, holding back a smile. Not gonna lie, that title had a nice ring to it. You can joke all you want, but you don't have a choice. You have to join forces with us unless you really want to piss off our lord. Ugh. We've got a better chance of seeing this through together. 3 heads are better than 1 after all. 3 heads are also a bigger target than 1. The girl crossed her arms and slowly shook her head. Finally, though, she sighed and resigned. Alright. Better to keep an eye on you. Who knows what stupid ideas you'll come up with. Great! We should probably introduce ourselves now. I'm getting a bit tired of calling you assassin. I'm Callius. I'm Sora. And I don't feel like getting chummy with you. However, if it's really important to you, you can call me Vespera. What's that supposed to mean? Is that your real name, or did you just make it up so we'd shut up? What's the difference? Just be glad I gave you a name instead of dragging this topic for no reason.
Forget it.
Alright. Callius, Vespera, their names sounded so very exotic. I bet they must think the same about mine, though. So, what do we do now? Are we supposed to find Hades? Callius glanced at me questioningly. I shrugged, having no ideas. You know this place better than I, so I stopped mid-sentence, hearing a strange rustling coming from the forest. Something, or rather someone, was making its way through the bushes at the edge of the forest, growing fainter with each step. Do you hear that too?
How strange.
Yeah, and it doesn't sound like any animal. I'm guessing it's not one of your killer friends either? Callius looked at Vespera, who simply rolled her eyes with disdain. Don't be stupid. I don't have any friends in this line of work. In that case, looks like we have an invited guest. We glanced at each other, uncertain of what to do with the fact. If someone's been tailing us, we can't just let them slip away. We need to follow them, and if they turn out to be a threat to our mission, eliminate them. What if that's exactly what they want? Maybe they're trying to lure us into an ambush. The rustling grew quieter, almost disappearing into the depths of the forest. Hard to call it an ambush if we're ready for it. Vesper moved slowly, heading toward the source of the sound. Well, can't say I'm a little curious about the identity of our voyeur. Besides, we better stick together. I nodded, and with Callius, followed Vesper into the trees. Now, we'll turn right.
Not bad.
Who would have thought that those long ears of yours would finally come in handy? We slowly made our way through the forest, with Callius and his superior leading the way. I tried to walk as lightly as possible, avoiding dry branches and leaves to keep our presence unnoticed. I wonder who exactly we encountered. After all, there was nothing to suggest that this person had any hostile intentions. Maybe it was just some scared kid who saw a satyr and an armed woman on the beach and panicked, running off into the forest. But the more I thought about it, the less I believed it. The figure moved slowly, paying no attention to the noise, almost as if it wanted us to follow. Suddenly, Callius raised his hand, signaling us to stop. I don't hear any steps. Whoever our secret admirer is, they stopped just behind these trees. Well then, time to settle this. Vesper's face hardened with determination, her fingers hovering over her hilts of her daggers, ready to draw them if our unwelcome guest had turned aggressive. We carefully circled the trees and stepped into a small clearing.
Impossible.
What the? In the midst of the grass stood a young woman dressed in snow white, flowing robes that rippled gently with each passing breeze. Her face was calm and serene, and despite her youthful appearance, there was an aura of wisdom about her, as though she knew the answers to all the mysteries of the world. She smiled gently at us and gestured for us to come closer. Who could she be? She looks almost like a priestess. Well, either way, it doesn't seem like she's going to attack us. And the trees around the clearing? What if someone's hiding there with a bow just waiting for us to step out in the open? I doubt it, but if you're somehow right. Vesper smiled slightly, then took a step forward. Then we could always use a woman as hostage. We moved toward the seated woman, scanning the surroundings for any signs of an ambush. We found nothing suspicious. The woman remained calm, still gazing at us with those all-knowing eyes. We stopped a short distance from her and slowly raised our arms, spreading them wide.
Greetings, my dear ones. What a pleasure it is to finally meet you.
Okay.
Especially you, young man.
Oh dear. That is quite different than what I was anticipating. The woman clad in white fixed her gaze with me. I nervously swallowed, feeling a chill run down my spine. Me? It is you whom our Lord has chosen. Am I mistaken? The woman seemed to know more than she should. She must have overheard our conversation with Zeus. Out of the corner of my eye, I noticed Vesper's face twisted to a grimace of displeasure. I just hoped she wouldn't charge at an unarmed person. The woman noticed Vesper's tense stance and smiled disarmingly at her. Hi, Missy. Thanks for joining.
No need to be wary of me. I am a servant of the gods, just like you.
Really? We'll see about that. Sure. Vesper scoffed under her breath, though I noticed she relaxed a little. You strive toward a noble goal. I'd like to help you achieve it.
I'm not following.
Well, that's fantastic and all. Where did you even come from? I followed the divine thunderbolts until they led me here. Just like you. Months of wandering across seas, forests, and villages brought me here to the shore. Months? I understand you, too, had a difficult road to travel. But you did not falter, and in doing so, you proved your devotion to the gods. Well, I was actually nearby, just a short walk, and I was on the beach. Same for me. The corners of her lips suddenly dropped. She cleared her throat and forced a smile back on her face. Ah, you haven't had the honor of proving your determination to our Lord. You must be quite envious of me now. Sure? You already know our names, but we don't know yours. It would be proper for you to introduce yourself. Of course. Where are my manners?
You can
call me.
Pythia. It's
Okay.
both my title and my name.
Pythia. Okay. Delicate and beautiful, and how wonderful she smells. What the heck is up with these Steam achievements? Oh my god. So I think the Steam achievements are actually even funnier than the game. That's the craziness. Callius raised his eyebrows, surprised. I nudged his shoulder. Who is this whole Pythia? I think I've heard of her before. The priestess of Apollo, with the ability to protect the future. They say her words were the wills of the gods, and her prophecies are known throughout the whole world. She must be a priestess, but it never occurred to me that we could be dealing with Pythia herself. I'm glad to hear you've heard of me. Then you must already understand my prophecies are not mere guesses. Every word I speak finds reflection in reality. Pythia looked at me, straightening up. Her smile faded, replaced by a serious expression.
Young man, as an emissary of the gods,
Yeah.
a tough road lies ahead of you, full of obstacles and dead ends.
You will face trials that few mortals could survive. That is why you must remember your comrades, both those who are here now and those who will stand by your side in the future. A general must care for their army. However, you will need to find a balance between loyalty to your comrades and fulfilling the role destined for you. Satisfying everyone is impossible. It may turn out that you will need to focus on one person, the one who will become closest to you.
Sounds like a dating sim storyline to me.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yep, one of them has to be love interest.
I think so. Even though I forgot how to pronounce it already, spoken riddles, I managed to grasp the meaning of her words. Sooner or later, I'll have to choose the person I trust the most. That person will become my confidant, or perhaps something more.
Ooh, I sense fun.
I glanced at Callias and Vespera, wondering who I'll follow if I were forced to choose. I can't forget about those mysterious future companions, too. Who knows which of them I'll trust the most? Very well. I can foresee your future with one of these people. Just one? Every prophecy I make demands my complete effort. If I attempted to craft more than one, the torment involved could drive me to madness. I nodded, regretting my decision. My question. Pythia had traveled for months to offer her help, and here I was about to ask her something she couldn't give. I also need an object that reflects this person. Without it, my ritual cannot proceed. Do not worry. Simple objects you can find on a beach or a forest will suffice.
Now, come closer, young man.
What's going to happen? I took a step forward, and suddenly, a strong herbal aroma hit my nose, causing my head to spin. Before I could react, Pythia grabbed my hand. I felt a strange tingling that coursed through my entire body. Ah! Pythia closed her eyes and gripped my hand tighter, her nails digging into my skin. How curious. Her eyes opened, and she let go of my hand. I stumbled backwards, barely managing to regain my balance. Are you alright, Sora? Yeah, she just scared me a bit. It's all.
In your future, I see 5 people you'll be able to grow closer to. I also know which item symbolizes each of them.
Okay. Now, all that's left is for you to bring me one of those items. Okay. Oh no! We have 5 choices. So, there's this. It's like a medal. This is like a sword or a feather. This is like an antler, so I'm pretty sure that might be the centaur. That one might be the dagger. Could this be Zeus? Because it looks like a reef. It looks like the picture on the metal looks like a reef. This is like a shell, and that looks like a dragon's head. So I guess we're gonna have to make a special choice for this one, huh? Oh boy. Hey, give me a sec, guys. I didn't expect it to be that many choices. I expected 1 or 2 choices, but no, they want to mess it up and make it harder on me, huh? Mayonnaise. Many. Make things so hard for me. Why is it so hot in here? Jeez. Sorry. I burped. I didn't mean to burp. uh, I need to have a preset situation for this. Okay. Okay. So we can do the poll now? Okay, the choice is up to you guys now. You guys want me to go for choice number 1, which is the look, I'm guessing Zeus. Choice number 2 looks like a blade. Choice number 3 looks like an antler. Choice number 4 looks like a shell. And choice number 5 looks like a dragon's skull. So do hashtag number 1, hashtag number 2, hashtag number 3, hashtag number 4, or hashtag number 5 for your choice. I will give you 1 minute to get your choices in. Just tap it in and you guys get to pick. While you guys do that, I'm gonna drink some water. Or that's the last time I dubby. Sorry. No choices? Anyone want to make a vote? Make a choice, make a choice, make a choice. Okay, we got a vote choice for number 4. Yay! Yay, look at it. It works from YouTube. The voting system works on YouTube too. I tested it out from TikTok earlier. I'm gonna test it out from I wonder where the show belongs to too. I'm curious about that. But I'm willing to bet the helmet might be Hades, but I don't know who the show could be. Okay, the voting system works on Twitter as well. Yay! Okay, voting ends in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that thingy. Okay. Okay. 2 votes for number 4. 4 wins. Okay. Let's move the vote off and make our choice for 2, 3, 4. Here we go. We're choosing the shell. Okay. All that's left is for you to bring me one of those items. Understood. Once you find it, bring it to me, alone. Wait, what about us? You will have to wait My prophecy can only be heard by the one I'm prophesying to. Stupid rule. Pythia closed her eyes, considering the conversation over. We walked out of the meadow into the forest. Vesper's sighs were a clear sign that an argument was on the horizon. Wait a second. Could the shell be Pythia? Could she be a choice that we didn't realize? I don't know. Are we seriously going to waste our precious time to search for junk? We should. You heard her. It's Pythia. Their envious voice of the gods. Or what they think, at least. Vespa shook her head, clearly dismissing Pythia's prophecies as utter nonsense. Even if it's just baseless fortune-telling, it can't hurt to give it a shot. We should take all the help we can get. Exactly. It's not every day that the most revered priestess in the land offers to tell you your future. Suit yourselves. At least I don't have to listen to this drivel. Callius clapped his hands, taking it as an agreement. He was incredibly excited, as we were about to have the time of our lives.
All right.
Let us start the search then. Remind us, boy, what exactly we're supposed to be looking for? A seashell. That won't be a problem to find. Specifically, one sharp enough to serve as a knife. Of course, she couldn't settle for just any old seashell. I'm guessing we can't just grab the first one we find and grind it against a rock until it's sharp enough? I don't know. Wouldn't that risk angering the gods? Have it your way. We made our way back to the beach. Wading through the shallows with Callius, we dug our hands in the sand, lifting shells, searching for one sharp enough to cut skin. Vespa hung back, arms crossed, watching us make fools of ourselves. Callius, on the other hand, was having the time of his life, and his enthusiasm quickly rubbed off on me. Our search turned into a complete competition, and we both wanted to win. I bent down to test the sharpness of a promising-looking shell, when suddenly Callius let out a triumphant shout. Yeah, we have a winner! The shell was so sharp, I bet even Poseidon could use it to trim his beard. I sighed and walked to Callius, glancing at the shell. You're right, sharp as a sword. Or a dagger. Vesper appeared beside us, lightly running her finger along the shell's edge. Her skin tensed, and for a moment I thought it might cut her, but nothing of the sort happened. Here, take it, boy. Just make sure to tell the priestess I found it. Yeah. Thanks. With the shell in hand, we returned to the edge of the clearing where Pythia was waiting. I assured Callius and Vesper that I'd be back, and then stepped into the meadow, approaching the priestess. She lifted her gaze, taking the shell and inspecting its edges. Is it sharp enough to work? Yes, it appears suitable. She grabbed my offering and with both hands took a deep breath, and her pupils suddenly started... I'm reading this totally off. She grabbed my offering with both hands and took a deep breath, her pupils suddenly dilating. A seashell, an object of many meanings. Fertility, protection, beauty, but also secrecy, a mystery locked deep within. She hides behind a hardened shell. One careless move, and she tightened her grip. The sharp edge sliced the tip of her finger, and a single drop of blood trailed down her skin. And it's already too late. This is how she shields herself from the world. This is how she conceals her true nature, by wounding anyone who dares come too close. Yet, even the toughest shell has a weak spot, and beneath it, a heart beats. A heart willing to trust. A heart willing to learn to love. Her hands trembled, and the shell's edge bit into her skin once more. I wanted to call her out, to beg her to stop, but I stood frozen in place. If you have the courage, perhaps you'll see what lies beneath. But be warned, for even the most beautiful shell may not hold a pearl inside. At first glance, beautiful, but can turn at its use. I can see the rest of that. She opened her mouth as if she wanted to say something, then her shoulders slumped, leaned forward. Hey, wait a second! Looking at her cowl behind her head, doesn't it kind of look similar to the shape of a shell? Could the one that she's talking about actually be her? I'm wondering. Terrified, I took a step closer, ready to catch her, but she raised her hand, stopping me.
It's okay. I'm fine now.
See, I forgot how her voice sounded, so I was messing up. She shook her head and opened her eyes. They were hazy, as though she hadn't fully returned to the present. Her hands were trembling. Everything all right? Python looked directly at me, her face lighting up with an unnaturally wide smile.
Sometimes the truth is just part of the illusion.
What? Suddenly I felt a soft pressure on the back of my neck, as though a cold hand had brushed my skin. My breath caught in my chest and my heart raced. I instantly turned around. There was no one there. It must have been the wind. I swear someone was standing behind. I turned back to Pythia and furrowed my brows. The meadow was empty. What in the... I crouched down at the spot where I just seen Pythia. The grass blade stood undisturbed. There was no sign that anyone had been here before. A few moments I heard the steps of my companions. You were taking a sweet time, so we came to check in on you just in case. What? Where's Pythia? She vanished into thin air. Vanished, you say? If this is some trick, then it's no trick. I shot back sharply, making Vespa raise an eyebrow. See for yourself. No, not a trace of her remains. I stepped back, allowing Vespa to approach. She scanned the area, astonished. See? As if she was never here in the first place. She opened her mouth as if wanting to say something, but closed a moment later, moving a few steps further and examining something on the ground. A confident smirk appeared on her face. Yeah, you're right. She was never here. What? She was just our delusion. Come here. Callius and I joined Vesper. In the tall grass lay a small pile of twisted, half-burned roots. That biting herbal scent hit me again, the one I had noticed earlier. Mandroga roots. Someone must have been partying here, hard here. Callius turned to me, noticing the confused look on my face. An extremely potent hallucinogen. Some people, even satyrs, burn it and inhale the fumes which cause hallucinations. Just like us hallucinating Pythia. But how is it possible that all three of us saw and heard the same thing? Well, group hallucinations aren't exactly rare. This one's pretty unusual, but definitely not impossible. I can't believe it, but she looked so real, I could even feel her touch. I looked at the hand Pythia had grabbed earlier, but I couldn't find any traces of it on it. It was all just an illusion. Let's leave already. This stench is giving me a headache. Callius and Vesper stood up and started walking away. Just an illusion. I stared at the pile of half-burned roots. I felt strange. The woman I'd just been talking to didn't exist. Was she just a figment of my imagination? A gust of wind shook the ash, which swirled through the air, and flew right past my face. I noticed something that didn't match the color of the ash in the middle of the pile. I brushed aside the half-burned roots with my hand, ignoring the possibility that they might be poisonous. Hidden in the ash was a beautiful large seashell, the same one Callius had found moments ago while on the beach. Its sharp edge was stained with blood. Sora, what are you doing there? Get a move on! I struggled to turn my gaze away from the shell. I clenched my hand around it, but after a moment I loosened my grip, covering the object with a handful of ash until it disappeared from my sight. Sometimes the truth is just part of the illusion. I stood up, brushing the ash from my knees, and rushed after Callius and Vespera, who were leaving the meadow. We returned to the beach, a short trek through the forest.
Right.
What were we talking about earlier? Alright. How are we supposed to find Hades? Well, this is going to have to wait because it is way too late for me here. It is 1:02 a.m. and I am definitely way past my bedtime. So, perhaps I might bring this back later. I'll let you guys vote on it on a later day. But for now, I definitely need to go back because this is taking a little longer than anticipated. So let's go back to the title. Yeah, we saved it. We're good. So, if you guys want me to bring it back, I'll bring it back. Actually, there was one thing I wanted to do. Actually have a day where you guys could vote on demos that I have downloaded. And maybe we could have that as an upcoming stream. I'll probably put it in the Discord once I find out which demos I still have access to. Because you know how Steam is with their demos. You download them and then all of a sudden they say, oh, you can't play this demo anymore even though you downloaded it. What the heck, man? I hate when that happens. I don't like revoked demos. That kind of sucks. Okay? I'm not a fan of that. Now, if they revoke it because it's actually has a new version, that's another story. But some of them just revoke for the heck of it. It just upsets me so much. Okay, but yeah. That was our first look at Heroes Odyssey. It's a lot different than I was expecting. But it was actually in its way interesting. So what are you guys' thoughts on it? My brain cells are fried right now, so I can't think about anything right now. I have no brain cells left at all. At all. None at all. My brain is... I went through so much. My brain hurts too much to think right now. Uh-oh. Okay.
One lightning bolt.
Oh, no. I didn't say that. I said pause. I did not say play. You stay where you are. Do not switch. Thank you. Thank you. I want to keep that open, not that one. Okay, so let me move my panels over here where they belong. Back where I belong. Okay.
Changed.
If you don't stop that, I'm going to kick your butt, Steve. Okay. Okay, so it is 1:04 a.m. It's time for you to go to bed. As for what's planned tomorrow, hopefully, nothing. I'm hoping it's nothing planned tomorrow, to be honest. Because tomorrow is my day off. Technically, supposed to be. Oh, wow, I love that effect. So, even though I might not stream, I will be actually working on my system to probably add more interaction features and probably would go live to test it. If I go live, you guys are welcome to come and hang out to help me test if you want. But it will just be hanging out and chatting and stuff. That's all. Nothing in particular, but it's a day of relaxation for me. So for my mental stability, that's what I'll do. And I will probably only keep it on if I do go live, it'll probably be on places like well, actually no, I might have to go for more than one. It'll definitely be Twitch, it'll definitely be Trovo, and Kick and YouTube because I need to. Those are the ones I have stream about working with. Probably won't go live on the rest of them though. So it'll probably be those four ones that I think you guys are. Those are the only ones you guys interacted with me on anyway. So yeah, those are the ones I'll be testing. Okay. Any questions or comments before we wrap things up for tonight? I am so tired. I am so very tired. My brain hurts so much. I'm so tired of thinking. It hurts my head. It hurts my head. Nothing else? Okay, so I'll ask the same question I ask every night. According to my thingy, it looks like it says I have 4 people watching on Twitch. Okay, ads are over. I guess I gotta repeat everything again. It's still telling me that ads are in progress. I don't know. Twitch is so weird with their ads. That's why I gave up on them on their ad system. It tells me ads are in progress, and then it says make sure you actually get some rest on your rest day. Well, that's why I'm actually going. I'm going to be doing mostly throughout the day, but not having to pressure to go live at a certain time would actually help. And also the fact that I'll probably wind up just coding throughout the day anyway, because I want to get this stuff done, and I've been putting it off for so long. And plus, it helps me. Sometimes it helps me when having people to talk to while I code this stuff helps me keep my focus. So I can actually use you guys can give me help with that type of stuff because I lose focus. I have ADHD, you know. if I get too distracted, I don't focus enough, and I might not come back to what I need to do and actually get stuff done. So it's like that. It's like that. My hand is cramping from all that mousing. mousing. But yeah, I am. The rest days are going to be, or I might even just go live in the middle of the day or something instead. It could be any time of day. That probably would be more ideal. It's just because no stream in the daytime where no one's around to watch me anyway. So yeah. It hurt. I think I just hurt my knee when I bent myself that angle. Okay. But I am looking forward to the other stuff we're going to be doing though. This week because I do want to go back to playing some more of 8 Yumiya. I want to go back to shooting things. And May the 4th, I'm playing the Star Wars Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles again. I forgot where I left off on. We got pretty far last time we played it. We didn't get to the end, but I'll be able to pick up from where I left off before and play it. And I thanks for joining, Beatrice. Get that. But yep, and then Uncle Indy is set up on the after my next day off. And 5/7, I'm finally going to go for Street Fighter 6. Now, because of the multi-streaming situation, I'm not sure if I will be having the open lobby or not. It depends, because I don't want to have a high ping and have the lobby crash and such. So I'll play that by ear. So if it's too laggy, then I'll probably close the lobby and then just play the story mode. Just to be on the safe side. Besides, I probably want to do the story mode because I want to see what it's like. I want to actually see how we actually interact with these characters. But the only reason I really wanted the game, honestly, was because I could play as Mai and Terry in the Street Fighter universe. That I'm actually looking forward to. I'm actually looking forward to seeing how Mai interacts with everyone from Street Fighter. Outside of Chun-Li, which you saw, Chun-Li, Ryu, and Ken, which she interacted with in the Capcom vs. SNK games. Oh, that reminds me. Capcom versus SNK is almost the Capcom collection is almost coming out, and I've already paid for my copy. Um, so I'll be able to play that on launch day. I don't have to worry about a review code being turned down for that one. I already got it. It's kind of weird though. I have so many fighting games from Capcom on so many systems. It almost rivals the amount of fighting games I have from SNK. It almost does. Especially when you have to consider I could count in all of the ones that they have from SNES on down. Actually no, take it back. From NES on down. I just don't stream from my NES because I don't want to fight with another system to add to my collection. That's too much. No problem. Yeah, it's nice to just have a. That's why I choose games like this that don't require much button pushing and such, because it actually gives me a chance to relax a bit and get engrossed into a story. So yeah, that's why I like doing story choice games or visual novel games, or in this case, well, obviously it's not an Otome game, but it is a dating sim. I thought I thought it was going to be like giving us a choice of what we're going to be, but I guess I don't know. I guess they're going to have us flirting with everybody, no matter what our gender is. That's what it looks like, because we saw those. Everyone was blushing when we started talking to them, you know. And I'm almost positive that Shell was related to the to Pythia. I'm almost positive. I could be wrong. I don't know. But if I look at the promotion materials that they gave me, let me check something real quick. I actually took pictures from the promotional materials that they sent me. They gave me the press kit. Let me put that on here. Desktop, browser, main. Switch over. Oh, take that off. Let me hide that. Yep, here's they gave me a press information to that gave me all the information I was reading to you guys earlier. Well, at least paraphrasing, because that's a lot of text. um, and oh, look, we didn't have that much to go. We saw this scene. Can I go zooming in a bit more? Yeah, let's zoom in. Let's look at the scenes we saw already. That might help us here. Okay, come on now. So we didn't have that much left to go. We saw this. We saw that. I guess I can't. I need to zoom it out a bit for that one. Yeah, we saw this one here. We saw this. We saw that. We saw this. We just didn't see this stuff at the bottom. I think that's the only thing that was left, because these are the only things we didn't see in the demo, where they add a creepy, scary factor to it. Maybe it's probably good that I haven't got that far yet. I'll probably have nightmares if I saw that type of stuff. Oh, let me see something. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Oh, that helps a lot. Yeah, there we go. So we can see stuff we didn't see yet. That will help. Improvising. Possibly. They also still need to fix some of those glitches we saw earlier too, like when they were talking about the friend and it looked like it was kind of a weird text that we couldn't read that was animated. I wasn't sure what that was. See, we didn't see that. There was like, look at all the background. That would have actually been ideal if it was the scene with Zeus. Oh yeah, we saw that. We didn't see this though. We saw that. Oh, okay. He actually looks a lot better in that one. That's a whole lot better, actually. Oh. Can I zoom in a bit on that one? Yeah, there we go. A little bit of a zoom. There's Pythia again. Oh, there's the assassin scene. That's where she jumped up. Basked off. Why'd they put that there twice? Okay. Zeus. I think that's all the pictures they got. Oh, bad ending. Oh, we had a bad ending. That's what we would have saw. Oh, okay. We missed out on this. This would have been our bad ending images. We did not. Oh. Wait a second. Wasn't there something about a demon that sits on your chest and weighs you down? Some type of urban myth? Could that be a personification of that? Yeah, I would not want to. I don't think I want to. I don't want a bad ending. Look, it looks like we're in a hospital room because there's Oh, we can't see that. Oh, that's not the fun I wanted. Let me zoom out. Yeah, you can see it better here. There's like a looks like a hospital thing right now. Now this is all for bad endings, so I'm glad we didn't see this. It would have scared me, baby. I don't know. Um, yeah. Arts. Yeah, there's a banner for it right there. Yeah, a little creepy. So I'm glad I didn't pick a bad ending. There it is, paralysis demon. I heard about that one before. That's probably what it was. I think that's it. Yep, that's all. That's all the media they give me on it. Um, so based off of here, let me zoom out again. Now, the original CG sprite, they had these three here, and they have you, and you. So, oh, wait a second. They also give you descriptions here. So, once we have seen so far, we saw Callius, we saw Vespera, and we saw Zeus. So the three ones we haven't found are Melania, which is a friendly merchant who has a power that keeps hidden from her clients. Her enriching voice can weave powerful melodies that heal wounds, boost her strength, and inspire courage. Behind her warm smile and kind eyes lies short wit and confidence. She's smart, attractive, and she knows it. Don't be disarmed by her warmth, though. If you push her too far, you'll see just how fierce she can be. So that's one that we have not seen. The other, Datura, a quiet and composed pupil of Melania, I don't know. Datura's reserved exterior hides a wealth of knowledge she rarely shares. A minister of magic and combat, she prefers letting her actions speak for herself. If you want to uncover the thoughts she keeps hidden from others, you have to earn her trust. Just don't be discouraged by her aloofness. And if that wasn't enough, she could also turn into a cat girl, though she's not always eager to show it. So we have a cat girl in our midst. And Helena, a warrior with unmatched resolve. Helena brings much needed grit to your adventure. Her blade cuts precisely as a scalpel, and her courage is second to none, which often drives her to charge headfirst into impossible battles. What lies behind her reckless disregard for her own life, and why does she so suddenly hide her more feminine side? To uncover the truth, you need to speak her language, the clash of steel. So, I'm guessing, based off of these descriptions, one of those three may be who the show represents. I'm thinking. Because I'm almost positive that the dagger looking thing was for Vespera. The antler looking thing would probably have been Callius. And the coin that looked like a wreath around it looks like it's on the thing that's on top of Zeus's Let me get closer. On Zeus's head. Looks like his crown. So that will be those three, leaving those other two choices. So I don't know. I don't know. But it'll be interesting to find out how it leads. We picked someone who we don't know who it could be. Someone we have not met yet. We'll find out. What if Pythia was actually one of those other women? We don't know. We have no idea. We don't even know how these other women look like yet. But I'll give you guys the link to the actually website maybe. Yeah. I'll just give you guys the website itself. It'll link you to everything you need. This is the website for the developers here. If I can paste and copy everything, I hope. So if you're interested in finding out more about the game yourself, there is a free the demo is free on Steam, that same one I was playing. And I'm missing something. What am I missing? Did I put it everywhere? I think I did. Yep, I did. Okay, I think I got them all covered. If I didn't, let me... Oh, I didn't get YouTube. That's what I was missing. My YouTube window I had moved. That's why I couldn't find it. Where are you? Okay. Okay, now I got everything covered. So if you're interested in the game or the developer, there's a link to it. They also have another demo up called Clover Panties. And I might get in trouble on Twitch for probably showcasing that, so I'm not gonna show that right now. But yeah. Especially considering that they blur out the boobs on the cover here, so I don't know what to look for. I'm not gonna take a chance. But yep, that's the game. That's the demo. I could probably click one here. Oh, I guess I can't. Okay, that isn't. I'll just leave it open. Okay, there we go. I'll just leave it open. Okay, so it is now 1:23 a.m. Obviously, I'm late even ending my stream as usual. I'm late starting, I'm late ending. It's like a pattern for me. I can't win. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about rating tonight because it's going to take me way too much time to pick someone to go for, and then I'll probably get hooked on. That's my problem with rating is I usually get too caught up watching the person I raid to, and then that gets me in trouble because I don't go to sleep when I'm supposed to. So I'm just going to go ahead and end the stream now, okay? I hope you see you guys. I'll be in the Discord all day tomorrow. I'm actually going to be reorganizing it, so if you guys want to hang out in the Discord, I'll be in the voice chat most of the day. So feel free to drop by if you want. And I hope to catch you guys later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. My head hurts from thinking now. I don't want to think anymore. Oh, just in time because now my headphones are about to die. I can't win. My headphones are dying. Night-night. My headphones just sent me a message saying battery low. In a English accent. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. Not a problem. See you later, Quay, Lance, and JL. Thanks for sticking around. You guys, I don't say this often enough, but it's easier for me to stream knowing that you guys are actually here. If you guys don't show up, then it feels kind of lonely. So you guys are the reason I'm able to keep doing this all this time. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Nice. Nicker, what? Nicker. Okay, that's kind of weird. I don't know what language you just said speaking in that. Okay. But I do want to thank you all for being the reason that I keep coming back to streaming all this time. You guys are the reason I've actually lasted nearly 9 years of broadcasting. And technically today, or should I say, um, one over an hour and a half ago, I have hit my affiliate anniversary of 6 years as an affiliate on Twitch. So I couldn't have done it without you guys. I would never have hit affiliate in the first place if it wasn't for you guys. And I just want to thank you all for that, you know? I don't get to thank you guys that much. How much followers you got? It depends on the platform. Different platforms have different amounts of followers. Since you're from TikTok, I think TikTok I only have 826, but on Twitter, I'm on Twitch, I have 1.2k followers. Yeah, 1.2k is what they tell me. It's always in fluctuation, so yeah. I just wish many more of those 1.2ks will actually come and actually still watch me. But I get it. There's so much competition, and there's always other people streaming. My streaming always late, but you know, someday everybody will come back. Who knows? Maybe they'll come back for my birthday party on the 24th of June. It'll be nice. That's about the only time I do get to see most people on birthday events. So yeah, you know, June 24th is my birthday, and I obviously can't do an all-day stream because I have class, but I will have a birthday stream and probably do a more extensive celebration on the Sunday before. But yeah, I will be taking a break. And thank you all for joining me. I'm sorry to get mushy at the end, but you guys just mean so much to me. And I'm just glad you guys keep giving me a reason to come back. Now I'm going to go home and go home. I'm already home. See, my brain is already turned off for the night. I am going to take my butt to bed and lay down and read some web comics until I pass out. Okay. Catch you guys later. Bye bye. Bye bye. Why is it so hot in here? It's like a cold. It's too hot. Okay. Night night. Eat that. Stopping. Now. Okay, if my calculations are right, the stream should have stopped on. Yep, it stopped everywhere. Okay, so except for YouTube vertical, you guys are still going because I have you on a totally different system. So you guys are the last one to see everything. So you guys get to see the secret stuff. You guys get to see the secret stuff. Secret stuff. Very few people stick around to the end anyway, so yeah. I hope to see you guys later, and I hope you guys have a good night. Bye bye. I'm a knucklehead. I just bopped myself upside the head just to prove it. Bye.